Why is estimation important in construction? Well, do you like making money? Do you like being able to control your money and knowing where it's going? Well, estimation and accurate estimates are going to be able to help you do this in the management of your projects. And that's what we will be talking about in this episode of learning how to create an accurate estimate. So in understanding the importance of an estimate and how it's going to be able to create the momentum of your project is critical in construction management. We want to be able to have estimates that are going to make a profit, but at the same time, keep our budgets where they're supposed to be for a successful project completion. So, have you ever wondered, why is a construction estimate important? Well, it's going to be what is steering the ship. We're going to look to our estimate to know and understand that the work that we're performing is in alignment with the money that we have to do that work. So understanding how come an estimate is important is going to be one of the resource tools used as a construction manager in order to be able to run a smooth project. If you don't have money, you don't have a project that's running smoothly. You're trying to cut corners, or you're trying to find where people are cutting corners, and this can all have a really bad outcome. It all starts with the foundation elements of why a construction estimate is important. An estimate is going to help us strategically plan how to innovatively and intuitionally know what needs to go into a project, the different tasks that need to be performed, the means and methods of each of those tasks, and how we're going to use our delivery methods in order to be able to administer and manage this project. Understanding the importance of an estimate is going to give us a baseline to work from so that when things start getting off track, we can feel that, know it, and understand it by looking to see where our budget is and what our estimate said it was supposed to be. Have you ever been on that project where you have the kickoff meeting, and in the kickoff meeting agenda it says, produce your schedule of values. Provide a schedule for this project. And it almost seems as if people pick things out of the air in order to be able to come up with some of these milestones of the expectations of a project. We cannot do that with an estimate. And an estimate is going to help steer all of those other aspects that are going to keep us in alignment of what needs to be completed and done in order for us to get this project done on time and on budget. So an estimate is extremely important in the strategic planning of our project, designing our schedule of values, understanding our pay application process, and being able to keep our project on schedule, on budget, from beginning to end. Another really important part of our estimate is understanding and recognizing when we might have extra money. Now, this doesn't happen often, but when it does, we're really excited about being able to put those finishing touches on a project that we thought we might have to scale back on. An estimate is really important in managing our risk on a project. If we know what things cost and we know what it's going to take to get that done, then we minimize the risk of going through a project, completing everything, and then not having enough money at the end to be able to pay for it. When we start running out of money, that's when mistakes start happening, corners start being cut, and we really start to understand why estimates are so critically important in the construction industry. Our accurate estimates are going to provide us with a financial health of this project. It's going to be able to show us the movement of money and cash flow in this particular project that we're working on. When we start seeing delays to the schedule or we start seeing issues that are happening, we can look back on our estimate and be able to see where we got in trouble and what we need to do to avoid anything in the future. Now, this can be a perfect opportunity to be able to look into the looking glass and see whether or not we're going to be able to achieve everything in this project that we want to. We may have to value engineer some things or scale down the project towards the end if we see that we're running out of money. But you don't want to wait until it's too late. This is all things that you need to have implemented and put in place way in advance so that you can take care of the issue before it becomes a problem. An estimate is so incredibly important to assure our quality control on a project. You know how it is that you get what you pay for. That's exactly what happens when we are developing and designing our estimate and making sure that the scope of work is in alignment with the budget that we have. The other thing that's so incredibly important about estimates is the development of our relationships. With you being the expert and you developing this estimate, you really have an in-depth understanding of all of the components of this project. Where does this project have the potential of hitting roadblocks, and where is it going to be able to run smoothly? This allows you to be able to put your focus where it's necessary in order to be able to achieve the most success that you can for your owner. The more accurate these estimates are, the more trust and confidence that an owner and client can have in your company in the future. And this is why it's so important for our estimates to be as accurate as possible. So have you ever wondered just how important your job is as an estimator? These estimates are going to be driving the perceived success of your company in the eyes of the owner when this project is complete. Your estimating is going to be touching every aspect of the construction process. And so having the ability to be able to have these accurate estimates, put together a detailed scope of work, and to be able to administer and manage the feasibility of this project by keeping the budget right on line with the estimate is really going to make a happy owner. So, are you wanting to keep your projects profitable? Are you wanting to have accurate feasibility studies? Then you need to make sure that you know how to create an estimate and how important an estimate is to managing your construction project. In Construction Management Online, we've developed an educational program that works with construction workers and identifies what you need to do to be the best estimator possible. So let me join you in mentorship as I guide you through the process of becoming a construction estimator.